Hello, this is Malorian, and what I'm going to be doing right here is kind of stealing an idea from somebody else that I kind of liked. And what it's all about is I have a tournament coming up in 2 days. It's called the Out of the Basement Tournament, and what I want to do first is just kind of talk about my army, say what I have, say why I took it, just so that when I get to the videos for the battle reports, I won't need to go over it every single time. Um, to talk about a little with the tournament, as I said, it's called Out of the Basement. It's a 5 game over 2 day tournament. The main thing about these guys, Out of the Basement, is that they're a group of players. It's usually an invite only club that plays for fun. So you're only allowed in if you're one of the guys that plays it to have fun. You're not one of the power gamers. And so when it comes to this tournament, comp is really scored heavily. You know, sportsmanship, army composition, things like that really mean a lot. And it's really meant to make it so that people come out, you have fun, you go out for a drink, and the next day you have some more fun, right? So I wouldn't really expect to see a lot of star dragons and stuff out there, but at the same time, you still will see a couple of them sneaking in there. Um, Talking about my list here, it's a 22 50-point list, and for characters, I took 3 of them. I have, first of all, this guy's paint job is literally minutes old. It's kind of a different one. It's a level 4 Savage Orc Great Shaman with the Battle Axe of the Last Wa. So he's a good caster, and he also has 5 Strength 7 attacks, assuming he's in a fully ranked unit. So he's a good combat guy as well. He might not be the best build, but he's something fun. I've used him in the past. It's part of a campaign I'm actually doing just personally, and yeah, he's a blast. So it'll be nice to try him out. Backing him up are 2 level 2 Goblin Shamans on chariots. Obviously, this one here I still have to finish up before the tournament. It's not a tournament unless you have to do some last minute painting. One has the Itty Ring, the other one has the Dispel Scroll. So just some magic defense and helping out with the magic as well. Going on to my core section here, first thing I took was a unit of 28 Night Goblins. They have nets, they have Musician and Banner, and really what I use this unit for is keeping my General safe. In that unit, when I net the opponent, he's -1 strength. So really what that basically means is that my General is toughness 6, and with that he can survive fairly well, even though he has no armor and only a 6+ ward. The real numbers come in when I get to my orcs. I got 4 units of 25, all with shields, all with banners, and then 2 have musicians. Why do all of them not have musicians? Because I was kind of cheap and I skimped out on 2. And at any rate, I don't have the models for 2 more, so that's how it usually is. As far as placement goes, I typically have the ones with musicians on the flanks, so that since they're farther away from the general, they'll have the +1 when they're trying to rally. I like to flee, so it's something I have to be ready for. I also took a big unit of 24 Savage Orcs with spears. I got a banner and musician there. And the reason why I take them is that although the shield orcs are great for combat res, sometimes you need to kill things. You know, if you're up against vampire counts, the only way you're going to beat these things typically is if you kill them. So that's what these guys are for. They can pump out a huge amount of attacks, assuming they're not charging. And even if they do charge, I can always say to go with their chop and do a huge hit. Or go with the spears if I know it's going to be a long drawn out battle, like if I'm against vampire counts. I have 2 units of 5 wolf riders. They have spears, they have short bows, and they have a musician each. Therefore, the war machine hunting, for redirecting, the baiting, all that fun stuff. So, I get a lot of utility out of those. For my specials, I have 4 spear chuckas, great for shooting down any dragons I see, any monsters, or just whittling down ranks. And then I have 2 chariots. And typically the way I use those is that I'll have my blocks to hold them up, and then as soon as you're tied down, bam, I'll blast you with chariots and break you. For my rares, I have a single troll and doom diver. The doom diver is perfect for killing knights. The spear chuckas are great war machines, but if there's knights, you can only hope to kill one at a time. With the Doom Diver, I can do immense damage to those heavily armored units. The single troll, he's there because he is the greatest throwaway unit almost that there is, or debatably so. You know, for only 40 points, you have this throwaway unit that won't cause panic in you. He causes fear to the opponent. You know, he's fairly good in combat, and he's also fast. So I love using that guy, and he'll be right there in the middle, up there to try and mess with my opponent's formations. Overall, I have 173 models in this army here. My magic defense isn't the greatest. You know, I got 6 dispel dice and 1 scroll. You know, without the BSB with the spirit totem, there's only so much I'm going to get. But, you know, it's in a way it's kind of a for fun army. To kind of explain why I took these guys, this tournament here is going to be the last time I can use 7th rules. And I just love the idea of baiting and redirecting and that type of a game, the flanking. And really, the best armies I had for that were either my Empire that weren't painted or my Orcs. So my Orcs are having one last draw. We'll see how they go. My goal for the tournament, as it always is to try and win more games than I lose. And in fact, with this list, my little mini campaign, that's what I'm trying to do in that campaign as well, over 10 games to win more than I lose. Currently, after 4 games, I'm 2-2. So obviously, this 5 games from this tournament is going to be a make or break for my personal campaign. So anyway, this is my army. Expect the reports to be sometime over either the weekend, or I'll probably get the first 3 games this weekend, and then because I have to go back up to Fort McMurray where I don't have a computer to work on, those ones won't be up till the following weekend. But anyway, I'll hope to see you then. Bye.